Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Michigan Ultimate Survivor League, and good friends of mine. Let me tell you something. It's James L. Seagraves, Commissioner of the Michigan Ultimate Survivor League here. Don't mind the focus problem. I don't know what's going on. Busy day today, so I'm doing this early while my wife's taking my daughter to school. What is up with this focus problem? I don't know. Gotta do the old Men Who Cook event tonight. A benefit for the Aware Shelter. I'm cooking my famous chicken tortilla soup. It's going to be amazing. Stop out Commonwealth Commerce Center. Anyway, let's get going here. Great week in the Michigan Ultimate Survivor League last week. Had some huge games. Had some disappointing performances by yours truly. The number one seed may or may not have fallen. Who's going to be the new number one? We're going to find out right now as we go down. And by the way, my son may be screaming in the middle of this. I might have to go get him, so we'll have a brief interruption potentially. But who cares? We're going to find out right now. So here we go. We're going to look at the... not that sheet. We're looking at this sheet here, folks. That's what we're looking at. We're looking at the bottom teams. There's actually only one bottom team at this point. That's good old Chiz Nasty. 1-6, 0-4, 431 points. Not the worst point total in the league, I don't think. Nope, I'm wrong. It was. Sorry, Chiz Nasty. You are the weakest link. Going up there, we got a few other big hitters here. Collector Kings, 2-5. Bitches Back, 2-5. Tony Lay 2-5. Let's see, Andrew Brown 2-5. Yours truly 2-5. Aaron King 2-5. Bunch of good good owners down there who are 2-5. It's not over yet. I mean, I know you're thinking your season might be in the can. It's not, and here's why. Here's the magic of MUSL. Throw out super lineups if you have to. You know what? Who cares? Caution to the wind. You can throw the better lineup, lineups that you may have been playing a little conservative with. Time to start firing here, because if you don't start winning, you ain't gonna make it to the playoffs, kids. Let me tell you something. And also remember that there are the random cards and the wild cards, so we'll break that more down in the playoff special. A lot of 3 and 4 teams. That final answer is at the bottom. That's my wife. Sorry, girl. 2-game lose streak. Lisinski's Legends. He took over for the old Tom Schneider. Looking pretty good. I got stuff on the stove, too, by the way. I hope the house doesn't burn down. 52 Shades of Clay, 3 and 4. But let's get to the top 15. Kakumba's perennial playoff team, number 15. Number 14, we got Will Green's the Donkey Punchers. Number 13, we've got Uncle Rico. Number 12, 5 and 2. Now we're getting to the elite teams here. 5 and 2. 1-game win streak. 581 points. 2 and 2 in division, though. Oh, that's brutal, Craig. Melissa's Meatballs. 5 and 2, 2 and 2, and 592. A lot of twos. Play with Mike Ditka. 5 and 2, 2 and 2. These 5 and 2 teams seem to have a pattern here of being not very good in the conference. So a lot of things can happen still. 603. Then there's a huge jump from Play with Mike Ditka number 10 to number 9 Granny's Baloney Curtains. Those are some huge baloney curtains. 5 and 2, 2 and 2, but 660 in the points category. So, I think I just heard my son. Nam Tab Knights, 5 and 2, 3 and 1. Now we're getting up to where they're getting pretty good. Bring Back the Butt Fumble, 5 and 2, 3 and 1. Super Original, number 6 now, up from number 14, 5 and 2, 589. Tallywhackers, number 5, 5 and 2, 3 and 1, 628. The Apache Chiefs, last week's number 1 team, lost. Now 6 and 1, 3 and 1, 631 in points, though. Still really good in the points. Number 3, Squadrels, fresh off their defeat of yours truly, 6 and 1, 4 and 0 in division. It's amazing. Is there a way of pausing this? There's not. Fantastic. Hopefully it goes back to sleep. Tenacious D, 6 and 1, 677, and with a staggering 501 points. 7-game win streak. 4-0 in conference. 7-0 overall. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you your new number 1 team, the Black Hole. Love saying that name. It's from the old board game Nightmare. If you remember that, it was a VHS cassette. You'd play it, and the gatekeeper would interact with you, so it's pretty fun. The Black Hole was where you went when you died. So that's why I say it like that. So anyway, I think the kid went back to sleep, which is good. We're going to move right along here. Let's check out the standings. I'm going to kind of talk a little bit quieter because I don't want him to wake up. Lebowski Conference, 3-horse race right now, but Uncle Rico and Nasty Nutrient Carry On Wayward Son definitely not out of it. Apache Chiefs looking pretty good at 6-1, not undefeated anymore. It was a huge game. Whoever beat them last week, I don't remember, but congratulations to you. Kirk Lazarus Conference, you got a 5-2, you got 2 4-3s, so super original Papa's Players and Yo Mama Likes My Defense. Then Ron Burgundy Conference, Melissa's Meatballs has a 1-game edge on Kakambas and Trump Up the Volume, as well as Bare Naked Tigers, Jackie Wood's team, 4-3, 3-1. See, this is the problem with Melissa's Meatballs right here. You see this right here? Well, not that. You see this right here? 2-2 in conference. These teams that are 4-3 are 3-1 in conference. Oh, it's gonna be good when things get going. Might have some big games coming up this week. We don't know. We're gonna look at the schedule here in a minute. The Spicoli Conference. This is interesting. We've got the Black Hole 7-0, Squadrel 6-1, but more on that in a minute. Nantab Knights 5-2, and then there's a big drop. This one here, we're not calling it, but this is pretty close to being over. These 3 and 4 teams have a hard battle to get where they need to be. I mean, it's just the facts, you know, alternative facts. All right, and then we got the Frank Drebin Conference. This is a log jam here, folks. Bring back the butt phone 5-2. Mike Ditka 5-2. Mike Ditka 2-2 in conference though. This is a big deal at the end of the year. Trust me. The Donkey Punchers 4-3, 3-1. Then there's 1, 2, 3 other teams that are 4-3. Chichki from itsonly.com. It's nice to finally have a present call of media for being fake AF. How about that caravan, people? Sounds pretty legit to me. And then we've got a couple 3 and 4 teams not out of it by any stretch. Fly Eagles Fly, and then the aforementioned Chiz Nasty with a nasty season so far. And then we got the Brody Bruce Conference. Tenacious D 6-1, number 2 in the nation. Grandis Bowling Equipment 5-2. Vic in a Box, fresh off their loss. They were on a big win streak. Now they're 4-3, 4-3, 4-3, 4-3. Steel City Sackers front 7. Zeke Relationship Corner. Names to remember as we go to the schedule for Week 8 coming up at you. Here we go. Let's look alike. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Take a look. So, Week 8. There we go. The obvious. Well, it's Tallywhackers. Josh Crampton taking on Ryan Frazier's 3-4. Now you see me, now you don't. Frazier's record's not great, but he's a great owner, so you never know. Bitch's back's down there. Uncle Rico's up there. Nasty Dutra. Sarah Krasansky's 4-3 squad taking on Craig Monahan's 5-2 squad. That's a big game, people. Big game. Huge game. Not as huge as the biggest one. The biggest game still to come. I promise you. It's going to be great. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. The Dublin Drunks taking on Old Papa's Playas. 3-4 and 4-3. Meh. Nobody really cares. Let's see. Let's go down here. Bare Naked Tigers versus Kakambas. That's a 4-3 v 4-3 matchup there, folks. It's going to be amazing. It's one of the bigger games there is. Not the biggest. And then we have this one. And my kid's crying again, so I have to get up there. But I think he's going back to sleep. But he kind of wallers around for a bit. So got to cut this short pretty quick. Want to mention this. 7 years of doing this league. I believe this is 7th year. Probably the biggest game in the history of regular season muscle is happening this week. The stars aligned. Both teams won. Now, number 1, the Black Hole, taking on number 3, Squadrels. Yeah, that's right, folks. You heard it first. Number 1, the Black Hole. Number 3, Squadrels. Let me repeat that one more time. Number 1 playing number 3 in the biggest game in the history of muscle. There's never been a number 1 versus 3 matchup. There's never been a number 1 versus number 4 matchup. Best we've ever had is a number 1 versus number 5 matchup, according to my stats, which may be wrong, but who knows? What's reality anymore anyway, right? And then, so that's big. And then we also have, not to be undone, we also have a number 10 versus number 7 game, Play with Mike Ditka, or as I like to say, Play with Mike Ditka, taking on Bring Back the Butt Fumble. That is old Tom Farmer and Tony Cromwell. By the way, Tony Cromwell, I think I need my jump house back. Supposed to be back this week. Where the hell is it? We don't know. And then, oh God, Chichki, 4-3, taking on the Donkey Punchers, 4-3, big game there. Front 7, 4-3, taking on Grandin's Baloney Curtains, 5-2, huge game there. That's so many big games. This is why I love the muscle. Is this why people like college football? Shit. I don't like college football. I mean, it's okay, but didn't care about this game last weekend. My God, this big game, though. Oh, God, so many big games. I don't know what to do. Yeah. Steel City Sackers 4-3. Toon Squad 3-4. Meh. TD's Right Meow 3-4 taking on Tenacious D. Might not seem like a big deal, but TD's Right Meow, aka Mark Krzak, has a chance to really. All these games that these number 2 and 5 and 6 seed team, you got to knock them down, otherwise the conference is going to be over. And then you've got Zeke's Relationship Corner taking on Password as Taco, 2 and 5 versus 4 and 3. Taco, come on, man, you're better than this. So, all right, well, normally I break down more into this. I apologize, but the kid's crying, and I have stuff on the stove, so the kid's not crying anymore. He's back to sleep, I think, so I'm not, like, neglecting him. Don't be calling CPS on me, okay? Oh, wow, I just got a bunch of notifications on the phone, though. All right, well, hey, good luck. Don't forget, number 1 versus number 3, biggest game of all time. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and we will be back next weekend. See you, bye.